Hello and welcome. This is round 8 of F1WPC League. We are on Formula 1 2021 and today we have agreed with 9 drivers. Uh, few of them are known to you, but today they join us Omar, Notgri, and them, these two. We're driving on board uh, with Sines, who's fourth in the championship. He has 73 points and has around a 20-point gap in front of Warrior, who's in fifth place. Already, Gaming Fizz is finishing his first final lap. And he will set up the first time in the board. It will be a 129.033. Let's see if Sines can beat this. Yes, he can by over a second. Then Lucas, not good enough. And then goes Warrior. I didn't. Ah, no, he was behind. We have Omar on a flying lap. No, Warrior on a flying lap. Then we have Siberia, who starts his flying lap. Uh, they are on a right now they are running for Mercedes, but in the championship they are a Ferrari driver, a teammate with Shactus, who has set a second best time around a quarter of a second down. He's always very quick. He won the last race, if I'm not mistaken, and is second in the championship in with 81 points, 10 points behind the leader Joji, who's on his outlap right now. He either will have to build a gap or overtake the guys in front if he doesn't want to have interruption in his flying. Right now, Warrior is about to finish his flying lap, the first attempt at getting pole, and it will be a no, no, he doesn't. Probably was out of track limits at some point. We have then Gaming Fist on third. We have someone stopped. Sibe, no, it was not Grip, preparing for his flying lap probably. Yeah, we have both Ferrari drivers here. Although for some reason Siberia is not on his uh, correct livery, but that will not be reflected on the standings at the end of the race. Ferrari currently is first in the constructors championship with 145 points. We have, let's see if Warrior finished his flying lap right now. He was on a bit for the lead on last week race. It was a quite chaotic race, and Warrior sets a 1 second point 3 off the pace, and Joji will see what our leader of the championship can do. No, he doesn't set a time right now. Lucas is on an outlap around in the run down to Cops. Getting some temperature on the tires, I guess. Warrior behind in the Williams. He's sixth on the championship with 45 points. Warrior goes into the pits. Lucas starts his lap, I guess, because he had previously had a slow lap. Let's see what can our leader do. It's good enough for 1.1 off the pace. Not Cree is in his outlap. He will be overtaken by Lucas. Warrior has a problem with his brake pedal. He says that it's getting clipped for some reason. So Warrior, I think Warrior had trouble last race again as well. We have Lucas in the wall. He should be able to rejoin though. and we'll see what Jody goes into the pits. Siverianti is on an out lap, is preparing for his fast lap. Behind him we have not three on the actual Mercedes. Sinus on an out lap. Gaming Fizz I think is in a fast lap and he has clocked a best second sector. Purple numbers for Gaming Fizz. We'll see if this will be enough to challenge Sinus with the fastest time on this qualifying. And he closes the gap, but not enough. He stays third with 1.3 seconds off the pace. Behind, I think we have Warrior. Yes, he was on an out lap. He starts his flying lap right now, and Sinus as well is in a out lap. Uh, we are getting ready for the final showdown between these drivers. And Siverianti is running. I think this one will count, but is too much of the pace, 2 seconds behind. We have to improve. We have Sines parked there, gets out of the way. There we have him. Shactus on an out lap, aiming Fizz, tries a second attempt or is going back to the pits. We only are waiting for Omar to set a fast time. No, this one will not count. I think Joji is in an out lap and Warrior maybe is clocking sometimes as Gaming Fizz went into the pit lane. Warrior is going fast, but it's not a competitive time. Joji is setting up his fast lap, and I think this is Varianti. Yes, it is. Is no, it's not on a fast lap. Neither is Cines. I think they are all preparing for the final minutes to set their fast lap. Shactus with medium tires, so probably either is going to with a gamble with their tire strategy or is just feeling confident. He was the winner, the comfortable winner of last week race. So he's always on. He improves his lap, but just shy of 1/10 of a second of the Cine space, who was also really quick last week. They are all Cines and Cactus have a really good pace and really similar pace. So it will be interesting to see what Joji can do. Joji improved his time, goes up to 4th, and is 3.5 tenths of the pace and loses it on that second turn, but doesn't really matter. He has already set his time on soft tires. I'm interested to see what Cines and Chactus can do on this race. They're they have a really good rivalry, a sporting rivalry. So they are a pair to keep an eye out. I'm sad we have not been able to see Otmar on the Red Bull. I guess he's setting a competitive, setting a time at all. Game is in an outlap, as is Notkri, who starts his lap right now. We have Jello because of Joji, who's is he okay? I think he seems okay, but he was really slow. Uh, we are with Notkri, the latest incorporation in the championship. He sets a best first sector, so he might be on for the pole. Uh, Takes a wide line in the run down to Cops, takes the apex, goes doesn't use all the width of the track. First apex, second, and third in Beckett's and Maggots. Doesn't miss a single apex, goes into Chapel, carries quite a lot of speed, DRS right on point. He's setting a really good time. I didn't realize if he was marking purple on the second sector. He goes a little wide there, but carries the speed and into the braking on AB. I think this one is final turn, and his time will be almost half a tenth of a second uh, away from Paul. It was a really good time. We have Lucas, who will be able just in time to start his flying lap, so he will be the last to take the checker. Someone was on a quick lap but aborted. I think Cines missed the lap. He was on a flying lap, but can improve his timing. Doesn't matter as he has provisional pole. Not taking it slow as he's already secure. Everyone has taken the checkered, but Lucas and Notcree has already made his attempt. I don't think he will improve, and he has already almost secured his first row. Let's see. He's improving his time. Best second sector. So we will ride along to see what he can do. Can he take pole? He's a just shy of pole position, can he? Yes, he can, and for over 2/10 of a second. So we have a pole sitter, unless Lucas can deny it. We'll see what he can do. Oh, we will have we will be in the suspense. We will see what he can. We'll see the final results, and it's not good enough. He stays sixth, and not great takes the ball on the very last attempt. He's new to the championship and is showing quite a good pace. The new Cactus was up to something because he will start the race on medium tires, unlike everyone else, and Otmar didn't set a time. Sines has commented on the chat that what we were expecting, he tried to go down to cops on full throttle, but the car wouldn't live with it. So not great on pole, Sines second. Chactus didn't realize if he took third or fourth. So, starting grid, we have not grid. Uh, New to the championship, he's running with the Mercedes colors. Second goes Sines, he's our current leader, I guess. We'll check the standings. No, he's currently fourth in the championship. He has a 6 second gap in front to Gaming Fist, who's starting fourth. Cheptus, our second in the championship, has won last race. He's on a good streak. There it is, and a good streak. And he's 10 seconds off the leader, and will try to close the gap on this race. Behind we have Gaming Fist, current third in the championship, 2 points behind the driver he has in front, Chaptus. Uh, this is a quite close competition on the top of the standings. Behind our current leader of the championship, Joey, he's 10 points ahead of Chaptus and 12 ahead of Gaming Fist. So he will try to keep this gap up if he can finish this race. Lucas is quite behind in the championship. He's ninth with 27 points. He had a chance for the win last race, but couldn't keep it together. Warrior behind sixth in the championship and has had a really good pace lately. We'll see what he can do. Siberianti usually runs for Ferrari, still does, but is not in the correct livery. They are teammates with Chactus and is on. Can't find this right now. We'll come back to you with that. He's fifth in the championship with 52, and Otmar is the new addition to the championship. We'll see what he can do. The likes are out and the race is on. We have a really good start with Sines. Uh, took the inside line and we have this squabble on the front. Joji tries to and makes up a position and really is ahead of Chactus, while Notgri is trying to regain that pole position he lost on the first turn by the amazing start that Sines had. Behind we have a warrior, I think no, or Lucas. Lucas who spun and Gaming Fist is going wide into cops. This will allow Yuji to get closer. And this is a really good squall for second place. We are having first row seats. Now Joji will attempt to overtake down into this turn, and he made up the place. He's already 2 places up on the first lap. Behind we have Shactus closing into Gaming Fist. Otmar is not running with us. He's being run by a bot right now, and Siberianti is trying to pass him. Lucas will have a lot of ground to close, as he, after that spin, he is now 2 seconds behind the second to last place. Not Kree is not giving up with that first position. He will. He has keep the gap to Cines, but Joji is on the. He has Joji on the mirror. What happened with Joji? I think he just spun. He had an amazing first lap of the race. He won 2 positions, and now he has to catch up. We will return with Nutcree, who's not giving up, and will attempt to uh, regain that first position. Warrior is getting closer to Cactus. The Nutcree has built a 2-second gap to Cactus. As Joji spun, probably Cactus had to made a passive action, and Gaming Fist was also involved, it seems. I would love to see the replay between Joji and Cactus. That's that's so sad for Gaming Fist, but still it's a long race to go, and Nutcree goes for it after the Wellington straight. Can he keep it? It's a very close contest with Cines. Doesn't give up. We will have a Hamilton Verstappen. No, yes, they switch around. And after that fierce defense of Cines, he keeps the first place. This is an amazing fight for the lead. Behind we have Lucas that has already overtook Bot Omar, and 2 more positions from Gaming Fist pitting and Siberianti. I don't know what's going on with Siberia. His pace has been really slow, and in front we have another try by Nutcree now on the last chicane. Doesn't succeed. Cines is really good at defending. Cactus sets a fastest lap and closes the gap to these two, as we can see. We will try to go to the inside. There's no space. Still, Cines is very careful. He will try to set up an overtake on the end of Wellington Straight. Will he have DRS? Yes, he has. He has it open. Cines is going to take the inside, keeps the door closed, and doesn't allow a gap to form that allows Nutcree to go through. Cactus has already closed the gap, and he's also on DRS range, so we will have a DRS range for the lead. Maybe Warrior can catch these guys. That will be interesting, but Nutcree is really close, even through Maggots and Beckets. But he had a really bad exit through Chapel, and that will allow Cactus to at least close the gap and give Cines some breathing space. Meanwhile, Yuji has closed the gap to in front. We're going back to this battle that's really interesting. So, the first 5 laps we have seen the leader of the championship spun around, probably tangled with Gaming Fist. He had gone two positions on the first lap with really good overtakes and showing a really strong pace. But now he's on a race of catching up. Has a really catch up to Gaming Fizz, who had to beat. And meanwhile, these guys in front, who have the best pace, have built a gap already around 10 seconds, maybe a little bit more. We have a penalty for Siberianti, 3 seconds. As their last, that will not affect too much. And I think Notcree is preparing for a assault on the next Wellington Strait. Chactus fall a little behind. Now I'm not sure he will have the arrest this time. No, not enable. He's using his overtake button to close the gap as much as he can, though. He doesn't want to miss out on this battle for the lead, knowing that with Joji's position, he probably may end up leading the championship. So it's the title. The title is in the sights of Chactus. Meanwhile, Notcree closes the gap with the help of DRS, but is not close enough. Still, set a best time on the first sector. We have Joji has already catch up with Gaming Fist, and Notri has a 3-second penalty because track limits. Joji, as I was saying, he set a fastest time. Sinnes a span on the exit of Cops. Same thing that happened during his best lap in qualifying. So Sinnes now has a lot of catch up to do. He went down to 4th. Now he's on the chase of Warrior, who's 4 seconds ahead. We'll see if we can gain the lead of the championship, the lead of the race again, but probably we'll need the help of a safety car, and if not, we'll see probably he's going to beat, yeah. Oh no, another 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. This 7th lap has been horrible for Sinnes. Not as for Joji, who has already overtook Gaming Fist and now is in 7th, trailing by 2 seconds to Bot Omar in front of him. Still, he will, if he can overtake this bot, he will be 6th, but still have a minute behind Sinnes, who has spun. So Joji will be praying for having a safety car that will allow him to close the gap, and he goes just in front of Sinnes. So I think they are the both leave. No, we had the 1st and the 4th in the championship, both separated by 18 points in the same pack, going for 5th position. Meanwhile, in front, Gaming Fist already gathered a 3-second penalty because track limits, and in front Chattus keeps still in the pace with not grip. He has medium tires, unlike Notcree, who's running in soft. Gaming Fist, Sinnes, and Siberia took the chance with their pit stop and fitted on hard tires. That's interesting to see. We'll see if the strategic gamble pays off. Now they won't have to pit, so that's a plus for them. And as we see, Gaming Fist getting closer to Joji, but not close enough. He's still 1.6 seconds off him, and he has to close the gap at least to have in order to have DRS. And Cactus, he's in the verge of activating his DRS. Will he be able on the... No, he wasn't close enough on the first detection point for the hangar straight detection. Warrior has had a 3-second penalty, probably went wide on Chapel, and Cactus now is getting really close. Let's see if after Village, after turn 2, he can be close enough to activate DRS on the Wellington Strait. We'll see that he's losing quite a lot of time to not free on the exit of the turn. Meanwhile, he closes the gap, especially on the last chicane. Sines, I think, this is the first 30-second penalty that Sines has had. Already overtook Bot Omar, and he's preparing for an assault for 6th place against Gaming Fist. Both have the same hard tires, but Sines has them 4 laps stronger. We'll see Lucas having a good race. He has made those soft tires last. Still 20 seconds of the... I think this will be it. Cactus has DRS. We'll see, can he overtake Nutcree for the lead? Goes through the outside, does the switcheroo, but he's far too behind. Nutcree still closes the inside of that last chicane, in which Cactus is quite faster. Meanwhile, Sines is going for it with Gaming Fist. Thinks better of it. Last week, Sines tried to overtake, I think it was Warrior, or... yeah, Warrior. Lucas into the pits. He will take a gamble, hoping for a safety car. Last week, Sines, who just overtook Gaming Fist with DRS on the hangar straight. Gaming Fist goes wide. Hopefully he doesn't get another penalty for that. Almost rams into Sines. Sines last week tried an overtake similar to what almost happened on Cobbs here on this turn, and didn't work out, wasn't close enough, and ended up spinning and losing quite a lot of positions after the safety car restart. So I think that was in the back of his head during that instant. Cactus is getting closer. Nutcree closes the inside line. Cactus goes for a deep entry to the turn, and Nutcree goes into box. Probably he will fit white marked hard tires, and still we have a fight going for the 5th place, and Gaming Fist goes really wide right there. We'll see with DRS, can Gaming Fist close the gap to overtake down into this turn? It's not close enough. So currently we have Cactus, who played the strategic gamble, set his fastest time of qualifying in yellow marked medium tires. So he sacrificed maybe a better starting position. Gaming Fist has again a second penalty, not surprising after he's going wide through Cobbs and Bale. Bale, I think, is that turn at the end of the hunger strike, but that doesn't matter right now. He will try to Still going to overtake Cines. Right now, I think it's not free. No, it's Siverianti who has the chance to overtake Bot Omar. Shaktus sets a fastest time. He still has life on these tires. So I think he has already built a quite big gap to not free and probably will be able to pit in front of him and don't lose position. We have Gaming Fist again going at Cines. They're very close right there. Siverianti somehow can be able, is not able to keep ahead of uh, Bot Omar. And oh no, she has spawned. This is the second time I see Siverianti being spawned by a bot roach driver. That's so sad for him. Still, he's still last and has a lot of gap to overcome right now. So, Gaming Fist is still on his charge for 5th place, but it seems that Cines has his measure. We'll see how many penalties everyone has. So, as things stand, Shactus has built a massive gap and he's probably on for the win of the race. He can keep this. Georgie has just now had a 3-second penalty. It will be his first, and that makes him on par with Nocturi and Warrior, the two guys in front. So they are all equal relative to each other. Cines has a 8-second penalty. Nocturi has responded to Chactus with a fastest lap, but still he's has a 27-second gap to overcome. Still, Chactus is yet to beat, but it's the in the best case it will be very close, and Chactus has had a really managing race. Gaming Fist has again accrued another penalty. He just had 6 seconds by two penalties. Cines had a 5-second plus a 3-second, one pit lane speeding and one track limits. Now he has 1 second over Gaming Fist. So the strategic advantage that Gaming Fist had has just disappeared because of going wide for again 3 times, and he keeps doing it. And Cines calculates the move and closes the gap really well. I think that going wide has cost Gaming Fist more than the time the speed he had won for that overtake down to Maggots and Beckett's. Chactus has just lapped Siverianti, who's currently in 8th position. And Notcree has closed a tiny bit of the gap, around 1 second. So that's good news for him. And now he catched up with the last of the runners, the bot Otmar. Hopefully he doesn't make a mistake or he's push too aggressively with it by it. Gaming Fist is still trying to gain that position on track. And also Lucas, who has no penalties, has had a really clean race, has closed the gap, is getting every time closer. maybe not in cups, but he had a 4-second gap at some point, and right now he has come down to 2.5 seconds. So Notgri just had a fastest time, so he's aware of the virtual race against Shactus. Still, he has a 3 seconds handicap against him because going wide, but Shactus may incur on some kind of penalty at some point. Right now, he has had a clean race, so uh, I wouldn't expect that from him, but at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if he had a penalty. Gaming Fizz will see his latest assault for 5th place. It's not close enough. Sines takes a deeper line, but all things remain equal. Except for Lucas Gap, he probably had made a mistake. He lost around 6 tenths of a second there, so that's not helping him, although he's already in front of these two. He will be virtually on a 5th position, as he doesn't have any penalties, just like Chactus, so he's in a very strong position on that respect. Meanwhile, we have our leader of standings, Joji, who still on 4th place. He has a 5-second gap to Chactus in front. He is now about to overtake to lap this bot running under Omar name. Hopefully he can do it without any trouble. We have seen with Siberia how things can go really wrong with these guys. So he takes the overtake with good caution, as he should, and Shactus is on the pits. We'll see if Notgri has closed the gap enough. He's right now on Chabot. Siberianti is a Ferrari driver running with Mercedes colors for some reason this race. It's not his fault. Notgri goes into the final chicane. This will be a close exit. Chactus already served. He puts on softs. Can he can keep them working for this 10 laps left? And Notri is in front with over 3 seconds to Chactus, so Notri is netting a first position. Now he really must keep Chactus behind and further than 3 seconds as he's right now. Currently, he will be ending the race with only 2 tenths of a second in front of Chactus. So now the pressure is on Notprey. Meanwhile, Lucas is lapping this bot, and Gaming Fist still doing the same, trying to overtake Sines, who has the measure of him. Now I expect Lucas to close the gap. He doesn't even need to overtake these guys. Just close the gap will be enough to maybe get a 4th place if Joji does something. But if not, he will be awarded 5th position, as Cines and Gaming Fifths have 8 and 9 seconds penalty respectively. Meanwhile, Chactus has already closed the gap into Notfree. He's 2.6 seconds behind, and that will allow him, as Notfree has a penalty, to earn first position, although he must be wary not to incur on a track limits violation. If he does so, he will lose that advantage, that 3 second advantage he had, and will have to fight for position on track, which will be amazing to see, let me say. So, as the things currently stand, we will have severity anti-incursion and another penalty. It doesn't really affect his time. Cactus will be netting a win this race. Maybe Gaming Fizz has gotten close enough this time. Maybe a run into cops. He's very close. He goes wide. I don't think that helps, but doesn't get the space into Maggots and Beckett's. He must. Oh no! Lucas has gained. Has lost three seconds because of a track limits violation. So that's not helping his cause. Gaming Fizz has incurred another 3 second penalty. This is the fourth one already he has. So that doesn't help him either. And Cactus will try to overtake in track maybe? As I was saying, Cactus will be leading the race if all penalties were applied as things stands. And Gaming Fizz still, he always gets very close here. He gets very close in the entry to Maggots, but he can't make a stick at the end of the straight, neither at the end of Cactus is going for the lead, and he's in front. Really clean and effective overtake. We'll see if he can keep it on the next DRS straight, which will be the Wellington straight. Not 3 is still on DRS range, and that this here's the detection line, so he will have DRS. We'll see how Cactus can defend against him. He's got a really good exit there. He sticks to the left side, but is not close enough to make an attempt on these turns. Again, Gaming Fist really close to Cines through this arena complex. Opens DRS. Cines probably using his battery and is not close enough. So we'll see how Cactus is catching up with his teammate. Right now running in Mercedes colors, and he is let through quite easily. So Cactus, the leader of the race, both in paper and on track. Second, we will have Nutcree with a net 3.8 seconds behind. Then it will be Joji with a 21 seconds behind the leader. Plus, no, this is a really close battle between Warrior and Joji. Joji has 3 seconds less penalty than Warrior, so it's enough for Joji to stay on 3 seconds behind Warrior's shadow, so he can. What happened? Nutcree has gained this position back. Still, on paper, Cactus will be the winner of the race, but It's not the same if you can do it do it on track. Warrior keeps a lot of speed there. He's getting really close into this Maggots and Beckett's complex. He has a really good exit, goes a little wide, will try to overtake through the left hand side, and completes the overtake before the turn. That's a really clean pass. So, and Nokri almost touches Cactus on the inside of that last chicane turn. So this is a really intense fight. We have, as I was saying, Warrior and Joji are fighting a virtual race between them. Now, as before this overtakes, at one lap ago, I mean, Joji was 2 seconds behind Warrior. Now he's 4 seconds, so he has lost that final podium position. But I think he will be able to regain it. So Shaktus leader on paper and on the track. Notbury goes second with 3.8 seconds behind, 3.6 seconds behind. Warrior will be 20 seconds behind the leader, and Joji 22. Then it will be Lucas with 33 seconds behind, Sines with 36, if I'm not mistaken. No, 34. It's really close between those three. And Gaming Fist with 39 seconds. And then Siberia Anti, who's hopelessly one lap behind. We will see if Notbury can. I think he's too far away right now, and he took a tighter exit, so it's not going to be fast enough even with DRS enabled. I'm interested to. Oh no, Lucas goes. Oh my god, he probably lost the back on that first village turn, the turn one, and oh my god, Lucas. He had the cards to get fifth, and Gaming Fist finally can overtake Sinus. Still, he will be behind him on paper as he has 4 seconds more penalty than Sinus, but he made the overtake. Maybe it was with a little bit of he's still going too wide there. He might gain another 5 seconds, 3 seconds, will be up to 15. So that doesn't really help his race. And right now, Sines has DRS. He has better speed. He will try to go through the outside and overtakes Gaming Fist again with three laps to go. As Notbury will try an attempt to overtake Shactus, but he was closer this time, quite closer. I would love to see the overtake of Gaming Fist again. Really sad for Lucas. He had the chances to gain a fifth position, especially if these two were squabbling with each other, but it was not meant to be. Not really 0.3 seconds behind in the entrance to Maggots and Beckett's. He will have DRS, but Shactus has a much better exit of through Chapel, so I won't expect them to switch positions right now. Gaming Fist will probably go wide again here in Cups. And he has another penalty, so that will mean that he will have to not only overtake Siemens but gain 7 seconds over the next final lap, I think. So I think it will be a net 6th position for Gaming Fist, help with the help of Lookbot, the Lucas DNF. Siberian, he acquires another penalty, doesn't really affect his timing, and Nakri tries to go for it, goes to the outside there. Uh, we'll see the bot. They will have to lap the bot on the most inconvenient time. Nakri tries to go through cops, goes a little wide, and Lucas can keep the position. It was a really aggressive take on. Cines has over Gaming Fist overtook Cines during all that, but Cines has gained the position back. Hopefully they don't touch, and Cines keeps the 5th position on track. Notcree still was close down into the breaking of the Hangar Strait. Now this final chicane. Gaming Fist again really close. This is all heating up. This will be the final lap for these two. Gaming Fist is a little far away this time around. This will be the second to last time. Oh, the Gaming Fist almost lost the back on that braking as he was he had a wheel on the grass. This will be the last time Chactus and Notbury go through this Wellington Strait, and Notbury is quite far away. Right now, between Warrior and Joji, we have 2 new penalties. Gaming Fist and Cines probably went wide on Village, both of them. Still Cines has less penalty. I'm interested on what can Juji do. No, this is cap to the leader. He's half a second. Gaming Fist. They are all squabbling. This is a crazy final lap. Juji has to close half 7/10 of a second if he wants a final pole position. Gaming Fist goes wide and into the gravel. That will allow Cines to go through. Chaptus has defended quite well on that final pass through the Hangar Strait and will go and take the checkered. He had a penalty, so he finally won with 0.4 seconds in front. Warrior will arrive. Oh my god! What happened with Judy? Something's wrong. Something's quite wrong here. But Warrior will have the 3rd place. Juji will hopefully keep that 4th place. He has less penalties, so it doesn't matter if Cines overtakes him. But Juji had a shot for 3rd place. Something happened. It was he didn't make up for it, and this is the end of an amazing final lap of the race with so much things happening. Hopefully we can chat with some of the guys. Hello everybody. This was an hectic final lap. I would like to speak with in order with Warrior first, as he won the 3rd place. You had a virtual fight for the 3rd place with Joji, and he lost traction or something on the end of that lap. Tell us, what do you feel about this race? What do you feel with the podium? Warrior, what do you feel with your podium? or Cactus, you are the winner of this race. Second race in a row that you are the winner. How do you feel after that intense battle with our new driver with Notpri?
It was a good battle. He kept me honest the whole time. I think the alternate strategy worked really well for me. So yeah, it was just about keeping it on the road during the first stint, and then I had a fun little battle with Notary during the end. So yeah, good race for me.
Yeah, I can say you had a really clean race. I didn't realize you got a penalty on the final lap, and that made you win by the tiniest of the margins, 0.4 seconds. Not green. What do you feel on the other side, on the losing side of that battle?
Well, to be honest, I didn't realize he got the penalty, so I kind of stopped pushing the last lap. But when I realized he got the penalty, I'm like, fuck, he was like out 6 tenths behind or some shit. But it's a fun race. I kind of messed up on a few exits when they came into the DRS zone. I had a nice fight with the Haas driver, but he sadly spinned. So yeah. No, overall, good first race in the series.
Yeah,
I could have definitely done better though.
It's great to have you. I love your pace, and you will hopefully you will deliver such amazing battles on the race following on this championship. Warrior is still with us. Uh, you had you were alone quite a long time of the race, but you had a virtual battle with Joji, and he was almost.
Yeah, but Romeo was pushing me for me. In my mindset, I was like, I need to be at least 3 seconds clear of him because he was gaining on the last lap, and I was just in my head. I had to push. That's all I knew in my head.
Yeah, he probably had a problem or something because he went very slow on that final sector, but at some point he had you.
I think he spun out or something. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, but that was a really clean and good drive, and you deserved it. Lucas, so sad to see you spun there. You were on the fifth position, along with Game Fizz and Cines. What happened?
Yeah, I just kind of I took more curve on turn one than I normally did, and I think I took it at high speed. I was lifting off slightly every lap because I'm not confident around Silverstone. But I just lost it, and after I lost it, there was nothing else I could do.
Yeah. It will come back. It will come back. You had a really good race and were closing the gap into Gaming Fizz because he had Gaming Fizz. You had so many penalties. I think you counted 5 times when two cops too wide. That almost cost you the fifth position. What do you think? He's out. Yeah, he went away. And Sinas, what? Tell me. Sorry, I always confused you with because your name always says she for some reason. I'm sorry, but you had a very intense race, even though Gaming Fizz had more penalties than you, but still, that fifth position cost you a lot of hard work. What do you think?
Yeah, of course it was good. Yeah, but the first time was just very bad. I overheated my tires. That caused me to spin roads, run cops. So, otherwise I would have won probably.
I'm sure you could. You were very strong last race.
Yeah. So I have to say that the Mercedes was pretty aggressive. He was trying to get past me and compromise my race because Shackles was going to overtake us anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, it's been great to see you race today, and hopefully we will have an amazing race as well next week. See ya! And into next time we will be racing at the at Monza, the Temple of Speed. So see you then. Goodbye.